So thank you for being here today, and thank you for the Chamber allowing the City of San Angelo to talk to you about what's happening going forward, but also what's happened over the past year. I appreciate the opportunity to thank you because you are an important part of this community. Whether you own a business, represent a business, are an employee of a business, or whether you are a nonprofit or part of our educational system of ASU, Howard College, and SAISD, or whether you are in the medical field, you are an important part of this community. Your success, your growth, your investment in our local economy is what makes this economy strong. What you do matters. What you do to promote the city matters. What you do to promote your business matters. There is not a decision that you make about your business or about your employees that does not impact us positively in this city. The strength of our economy will be determined by you. You know, I didn't realize this 20-some years ago because I really hadn't spent much time thinking about it, but the reality is that your sales tax dollars and your property tax dollars are the dollars that are needed to pay for all the infrastructure and the quality of life that exists here in the city. Without that revenue, without that investment, without you making sales tax dollars happen, the City of San Angelo could not do the work it needs to do to make this a quality of life city. Remember, every dollar spent in another community impacts their infrastructure and their economy. Every dollar you spend in this city impacts our economy and our infrastructure. So when you're late at night looking on internet to buy something, think about this. What if some business in San Angelo actually had that item or something close to it? That decision to stop, push, and not push that and put it in your cart will help our economy continue to grow. Our greatest growth will come from each of you. Our focus must be on providing the best environment for you to do business in. Our success as a community will depend on the quality of education and Medicare as well. We will welcome new business and companies who will offer new job opportunities, but our real growth will come from all of you in this room today. And for those who are not in this room today, local businesses do matter. Commitment to your local businesses does matter. This past year, our sales tax dollars were only up 4.14%. Now, when you think about inflation, sales tax dollars don't cover the cost of the inflation that impacts this community. And part of that is because disposable income was hurt because of food dollars needed to feed the family and fuel for your car. The City of San Angelo does not receive sales tax dollars from food purchased at a grocery store or for fuel in your car. And we realize the impact of that. But our property tax dollars did grow. The growth in property tax dollars was up 23% this past year. It was impacted not only by the strong housing market, but also for the development in our community. We picked up over $73 million in new property tax dollars. But we only picked up $500,000 in existing properties. So for everyone who complains about my property tax dollars went up from last year, know that in the whole picture, in the big picture, only $500,000 came to the city coffers. So our growth is really in new property tax dollars. Remember, wage growth is economic development and job growth is economic development. Our challenge will be to continue to increase our revenue so that we can continue to invest our dollars on our greatest assets and on our infrastructure needs. Revenue growth is key. So we keep investing on the quality of life we all enjoy and quality of community that will draw visitors in and encourage business to look at us as an opportunity, as a place to do business. New business has come to San Angelo because they like what they see and they like what they feel. Businesses come to San Angelo even if we haven't recruited them, but they have visited us, they have seen us, they like us, and they see an opportunity to be successful in this community. San Angelo is about quality of life. We've never been a boom or a bust city. And because we've never been a boom or a bust city, we are able to better control the quality of life for our citizens. What has allowed us to maintain our quality of life is that we have welcomed new businesses and seen growth. Last year and part of this year, we've seen Coronas be split into 4 new businesses. That's incredible. One building went from 1 business to 4 businesses. And we saw a new Chipotle open, and there'll be another one that opens in the month of December. But these are just some of the most recent openings. Drive out North Bryant Boulevard, and you will see all the new development. You will see a new tractor, what is it called? A tractor trailer store? Tractor supply store. You can tell I haven't been there a lot. But a new truck stop, a huddle house. But that's just a few of the new development out there. We will see the opening of Kohl's soon, and we will see a home store come to San Angelo as well. We are seeing an expansion of some of San Angelo's favorite fast food businesses such as McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Whataburger, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and we've also seen multiple new restaurants and bars open in the city of San Angelo. We need these new businesses, but I constantly remind everybody, it's not just about the new businesses, it's about the existing businesses. And I repeat it again, you are important to the city of San Angelo. San Angelo was named by the Texas Travel Awards as the Destination City of the Year. And we don't want to disappoint. We must give people, visitors, a reason to visit, to stay, to play, and to spend their dollars in our city. To that extent, even the monarch butterflies have found a reason to come and visit San Angelo. We now welcome people with 4 new completed gateways and some new wayfinding signs located at North Bryant and South Bryant, as well as at the airport and historic downtown. And along with that, we have also added to our downtown area and the surrounding areas some wayfinding signs. We believe the easier it is to get around San Angelo, the better it is for visitors. And if visitors enjoy being in San Angelo, they'll spend their dollars here. We must give San Angelo citizens a reason to continue to be in San Angelo and call San Angelo home. San Angelo is proud to have had Shops Across Texas award top status as best stores the following: Eggemeyer's General Store, Grigsby's Boutique, The Roos Boutique, Revival Boutique, Concho Confetti, Holland's, and Legend Jewelers, and M.L. Letty's, who will be celebrating their 75th anniversary this year. I love the rain, but the rain creates allergies, and the allergy pill I took today is creating a little tongue twisting right now and a dry lip, so my apologies. In addition, Southern Living magazine in September's issue wrote an article, Finding the Pearls of San Angelo. And they included the following: the Pop Art Museum, Paintbrush Alley, Urban Salt Kitchen and Bar, Miss Hattie's Restaurant and Cat House Lounge, as well as the Bordello Museum, 01 L House, who is expanding, Old Central Firehouse, Bed and Brew, and the Inn at the Arts Center, which has just been purchased by new people, and our newest hotel, Americ Inn. Meanwhile, Michelle Chapa, who owns Urban Salt Kitchen and Bar, will be featured on the Dr. Phil episode soon. Why? Because she was selected as over 40 Latino who uses oil of Olay. So San Angelo, Michelle Chapa, is going to make us famous across the country. Winland Manufacturing just delivered to SpaceX and Cape Canaveral the largest tank you have ever seen. Let me tell you about that tank. It holds 100,000 gallons of rocket fuel. It's 85 feet long. It's 15 feet in diameter. It weighs 88,000 pounds, and it is on 50 wheels. So San Angelo, we also are impacting the state of Florida. So we are growing, and thank you, San Angelo, for what you're doing. From California to Florida, San Angelo, we are on the map. We must continue to promote economic development and community development, and at the same time create a smoother, less cumbersome process in planning and permitting. As we all know, time is money, and timing is everything. As a city council, we have identified the key assets that we will continue to invest and support, improving because they will enhance the quality of life for all citizens and enhance visitor experience. And the first one is Lake Nasworthy. Daniel talked earlier about the sewer line. The engineering study is almost done. It will go out for bids, and we hope by next summer, late summer, that we'll actually be in the construction phase. So what does that mean? It means a lot of development opportunities. They could include additional housing, recreational opportunities, hotels, restaurants, all of which will benefit the citizens of San Angelo and those citizens who choose to visit our great city. Lake Nasworthy continues to bring visitors to our city and sales tax dollars, but most importantly, it is a great asset for the citizens of San Angelo. The fishing pier improvements are started. There's some complications with that, but it will be completed soon. And then we'll start working on 3 docks that need improvements as well. Spring Creek Marina, a great example of a private-public partnership. And that is with the city and an individual who believes in what Lake Nasworthy is all about. Mathis Field, once again, we have been limited to the development out at Mathis Field because of sewer capacity issues. Mathis Field is key to our trains, planes, and automobile strategy. We are blessed with great weather and an open airspace, so we know opportunity exists at the airport. And the best opportunity we have right now is in the pilot program with ASU, private investors, Brian and Blake Vincent, Jared White, and Norris Vincent. Norris Vincent. Lloyd Norris, sorry. We believe in this program. The first semester at ASU, they expected 10 people to enroll. I believe it's somewhere around 28, the final number. And in fall 2023, the expectation is there will be 100 people enrolled in the pilot program at ASU. We know opportunities exist for additional development at the airport, including a big need for hangar space. When we extend the south taxi lane, we will open up additional areas for hangars. Of the 16 additional hangar spaces that will be available, 11 of them are already spoken for. And we know there's even more opportunity for hangars in those 16 spots. We continue to see our employments increase, and our load factor in 2021 exceeded the national average by 7%. So our airport is very important to us, and we as a council believe in the opportunities at Mathis Field. Goodfield Air Force Base, as our largest employee and contributing $4.7 billion to the Texas economy, and to San Angelo, we are proud to have Goodfellow. Based on the partnership between the city, the community, and Goodfellow, we were awarded the Altus Award for the 3rd time. The Altus Award is given to the community that provides the best support to its military installation. No other military city has received the award more than once, ever. We know that what happens at Goodfellow is key to the national security, and we know that what happens at Goodfellow is important to San Angelo. COSA DC has invested $2.3 million of DEAG grants to improve facilities at Goodfellow Air Force Base. That dollar commitment is the single largest dollar commitment COSA DC has made to any business or any development project. It is another great example of the private-public partnerships that we are so proud of. Historic downtown. Redevelopment of the historic business district has added quality of life to our citizens by creating an entertainment district that has become a draw not only for visitors, but very important to the quality of life here in San Angelo, Texas. Yes, redevelopment is slow and it is hard, but look at what happens when we make improvement. We can have boarded up buildings and believe that ASU, Shannon, SAISD, and other potential businesses will look at San Angelo if they see the heart of our city, the living room of our city not invested in. It's important and it's essential to the quality of life to our citizens and to our image and to our future. Many cities have allowed their historic districts to fall apart, and they've torn down their buildings, which means they erase their history. Many cities look at it and go, why did we do that? Why? Because you can't recreate the history of a historic building. You can build a new building, but you lost the history and the importance of that building. Downtown is important to our overall history, our stories, our ancestors, and that is why we passed this past year a historic district overlay so that we could ensure that our history and the elements that go with that history are preserved. San Angelo Historic District continues to be recognized as one of the top cities in the state of Texas for their economic development efforts. And in fact, they have been recognized as one of the top 5 in the state of Texas for their work and effort and their ability to follow the Main Street program. The most important part of the downtown community is that the businesses are unique. They're different. They're not easy to move from one community to the next. We hear all the time about people visiting our city who say, it is so exciting, we love it here, we wish our community had done. Well, this community has believed and we have delivered, and we will continue to work on something that adds quality of life for all citizens and all visitors. And it doesn't hurt that, in fact, most of our cultural attractions are in our downtown area, from the auditorium and City Hall to SAPAC building to the museum. They're all important for promoting all of the cultural aspects of this city, which also is key to the quality of life. This year, a much expanded Lady in Blue has been completed on the Concho River, once again protecting a part of our history and beautifying our Concho River. Historic downtown is what makes us different, and it is what makes us unique. Historic Fort Concho was awarded by the Texas Travel Awards as the Historic Site of the Year. We are proud to contribute the financial support needed to be the best preserved fort west of the Mississippi, and to be named again as the #1 best Western town. With another private-public partnership, buildings that previously had fallen into ruins more than 100 years ago are being rebuilt, funded by the Area Foundation, private donors, and the Health Foundation. That investment is $3.7 million. Speaking of the fort, Buffalo Soldiers are part of the story. A new monument honoring the Buffalo Soldiers has been presented and funded, or let's say they're looking for funds to continue that development of the Buffalo Soldiers Memorial. The design, again, the funds, again, are all part of a private-public partnership. And you continue to hear me say private-public partnerships. They're key to our success. Historic Santa Fe Depot, another great example of a public-private partnership. New energy, efforts, and events have turned the depot into an exciting historic facility. We are so proud of the leadership and efforts of the board. They have worked hard, and their work has resulted in receiving many grants to help pay for the much-needed infrastructure upgrades. Another part of our history saved. Another private-public partnership that has resulted in saving our history and a beautiful train depot. When the Santa Fe Railroad came to town, it was a historic moment and a big help for our economy. Railroads have always been about economic development. Parks. Daniel talked a lot about the parks in this city, and we believe they're key to our quality of life. We have another public-private partnership, Sean Box, who created a fabulous facility to attract and give citizens some recreational opportunities. I think most of you have probably been there and enjoyed what he has created. The River Stage. Over a 3-year period, we will install new irrigation and landscaping, expand the entrance gates, and storage as well as new concessions and restrooms. We believe the River Stage is a key asset to the city of San Angelo and to the quality of life. And we also believe it supports that music-friendly designation that we have received. You've heard me talk a lot about planes, trains, and automobiles, our transportation strategy. I've already talked about the Mathis Field and the importance of that to our economy. Trains, again, a private-public partnership with Shad Weisner, quickly got us into the train transportation business. The tracks are laid, the scales are in place, the locomotive has been delivered, and we are receiving cars. Waiting for the bridge at Presidio to get the Customs and Border equipment in place, which will create a much bigger opportunity for San Angelo for warehousing and distribution. Thanks to Michael Looney and Roger Horton for all their involvement in getting us to this point in the rail port. I-27 and I-14, they're both now designated as future interstates. We used to be known as a city without an interstate, a population of 100,000 without an interstate, and we still don't have the interstate, but we've never been designated as a city with a future interstate, and at some point we will see both. People say, so how long will I still be alive before the interstate comes through here? Yes, you will, because I'm going to be. It's a huge opportunity, everyone, and we know that it will take a while for it to be completed, but we have approved the reliever route, and with the approval of the reliever route, we can start to ask for money from the state and the federal government for the design and engineering of that reliever route. There are 12 reliever routes on the entire corridor of I-27. Each city will make that a priority to get that reliever route done. When the reliever routes are done, there will be connection to all those reliever routes, and I-27 will be born. Aren't we happy? Housing has been a really important part of quality of life here in the city of San Angelo. We know that quality of life starts at the front door. It's when you come home at night and you walk through that door that you take pride in where you live and a neighborhood you live in. Over the past 4 years, we have emphasized the need for more housing, both for single family and multifamily. We have opened up 3 apartment complexes over the past year. The Glen Park Apartments at Chadbourne and Cristobal Road, Creek 27, and Wolf Creek, adding about 500 more apartments for the city of San Angelo. Daniel talked about the number of new homes that have already been approved and have been built. The infill program, which we started 2 years ago, continues to give us housing development in some of our neighborhoods that have not had new houses in a very long time. Lakeview has benefited tremendously from this, but so have other neighborhoods, and we are seeing housing development happen in areas today that have not had new housing in decades. We believe in increasing the quality of life for all citizens, not just for a few and not just in a few selected areas. Supply and demand have finally started to meet each other in the housing market, and that means that The homes, you don't have to overpay for your home right now because there's not a bidding war. So that's a good thing, keeps housing prices down. But most importantly, it gives you choices. Inflation has certainly hurt and impacted the housing market, and so has commodity prices. But we realize today homes are still being built and people are still buying homes. So we know that there's still a market, and we know that there's still growth opportunities. In 2022, 27% of the homes sold were under $200,000. In 2020, 47% of the homes were under $200,000. That's a dramatic change in the housing market. Part of that is because of the availability of houses, part of it is because of commodity costs, part of it is because of land prices. But what we do know is housing is still an important economic engine to this city. And we thank our banking community, our mortgage community for working with citizens to make sure that they have a home to go home to, or a business to open the doors to the citizens. San Angelo, we must continue to focus on all of our positives. And there are many. Focusing on our negatives will not get us anywhere. I am proud of San Angelo, and I am proud to call San Angelo home. I want you to stand up if you believe in San Angelo. Come on, citizens. You are San Angelo. We are all San Angelo. Let's continue to put our best foot forward and make this the best community we possibly can. Thank you for all that you do to make this community great.